Hi, I'm Shannon Margaret B, and welcome back to my channel. This week I read a full week of thrillers. So I read An Unwanted Guest by Shari. I had read The Couple Next Door by Shari and had not the greatest time with that one, so I was interested to see how An Unwanted Guest would go. I also read Listen for the Lie by Tintera this week, and I was able to just haul this pretty recently, so I wasn't able to haul it on my channel, but I found it for a couple dollars, and it's a really fun, like, mystery podcast thriller. The last one is a brand new release called Count My Lies by Stava that I was able to get to this week. This one is about like a main protagonist who is a complete and utter liar, so it's really interesting. I was able to get this one from my library, so I was really excited, and I believe this came out like a month or two ago, so I really had my eyes on this one, so I was so excited when I saw it at the library. This was supposed to be a week of reading romance books, but I started The Paper Palace and I got pretty deep into it, and I really did not like it. So I pivoted and decided to do a week of reading thrillers because I really did not want to get into a reading slump, and I kind of felt one looming, and usually thrillers are a great way, if I find a good one, to help me like get out of that reading slump. So you can see the end of the zeros. I just wanted to say thank you so much for 100 subscribers. It means so much to me, and I was so excited to hit 100. My fiance was so cute and like went out and got me balloons because he just knows like how much work I've put into my videos and how much I've just enjoyed so much sharing my reading journey with you guys, and I've appreciated so much if you liked or commented or subscribed and also like chatted with me. It's been so nice to chat with you guys and see what you're reading, and I'm getting inspo from you guys, so I've been having the best time ever, and it's been like a little time capsule of my reading, and I really love it. So thank you so much for 100 subscribers. Anyway, I will let you guys get into the vlog so you can see what I thought of these books and how they went, but I can say a reading slump was averted, and I'm very happy for that. Ready to go to work, and I figured while I was sitting here I would let you know how Listen for the Lie by Tintera is going, and it's going really well. I'm about halfway through 27, and I really like it. I think I saw a lot of reviews saying that like it was a little repetitive, but I don't really feel that way just yet. It's into the first maybe 50 pages, and then I read Tangibly for about 100 pages. I don't feel like it's like repetitive for me yet, but I don't know if that's just because I'm like reading it two different ways. The audiobook is very cool with the podcast elements. So this story follows Lucy, and she is the suspect in the murder of her friend Sphie, and the whole town thinks she did it because Lucy cannot remember what happened the night that her friend died, because they were together the night her friend died, but she just has absolutely no memory of it. So like a podcaster comes to town and is like, I want the truth for this case. Like, do you want to help me? So she kind of like teams up with the podcaster to figure out what is going on, but also there is this narrative in her brain all the time of like, kill this person, like, oh, wouldn't that look great if I just smashed her on the head with something, like, we should kill them. And it's crazy, and it's honestly kind of unhinged, but it's really fun. And so like we don't really know if like, okay, is it her true nature to kill? Is she actually the killer? It's I think it's really fun so far. I do think it's weird that like the police are just like not investigating, and this podcaster is doing it all instead, and like the police just like can't figure it out, so now this podcaster is doing it. That's the one thing where I'm like, really? Like the police couldn't figure it out? I'm halfway through and I don't have an opinion, and I don't feel like the book is forcing you to think that it's her or think that it's not her. I think the book does a really good job of like leaving it to interpretation, because as the episodes of the podcast come out, that's what the town is like. It's kind of up to their interpretation. Like he's kind of just laying all of it out there, everyone's personalities, everyone's relationships with each other, and then it's like up to the town to like decide kind of like what is actually going on. I'm going to go to work, and I will check in probably when I finish this, just because I'm having so much fun that I just think I'm gonna end up finishing it tonight. So I have some reading updates for you. So this morning I finished Listen for the Lie by Tintera, and I really enjoyed it. I think it was done in a really fun way, and I found when I was like putting it down, I was like really craving picking it back up, and I like could not wait to get back and read it again. I think my only gripe with the book is that there was too much of like who was hooking up with who, was hooking up with who, was hooking up with who. And it was like a little too much for me and a little too repetitive in that department, because you're kind of figuring out what the heck happened in this town and trying to understand everyone's relationships with each other to truly understand who did kill Sphie and did Lucy actually kill Sphie. I thought the way that like information was revealed like piecemeal was like really interesting, and I don't know, I just thought it was like a well formatted book. And I also really did enjoy the audiobook. I would say I maybe listened to about 30% of the book and read physically the rest of it, but I did really enjoy the audiobook. The way the podcast is done is really fun. And I think if you do have a hard time with a lot of characters, maybe the audiobook is better for you, just because you can kind of put more of a voice to the names to help you, because there were quite a bit of characters in this one. I'm going with a 4.25 out of 5. I don't know, you know when you hit like a jackpot 5 out of 5 thriller, I don't necessarily feel like it was like a 5, but overall just still a really good book. I feel like anything like 3.5 and up for me is like a pretty solid book. During work on my break, I started an Unwanted Guest by Shari, Lapena, and this is really fun. This starts off with a lot of characters shot at you, like literally page by page. There's like from his perspective, from their perspective, and it's just like boom, boom, boom. You have to remember who everyone is pretty quickly, but I kind of like it. And you're pretty much dropped into like this little inn that is snowed in, and all these people are trying to get there, and all of them are kind of stranded there once they get there. But that's all I know so far. I'm only about 40 pages in, so I can't tell you too much quite yet because I don't know too much quite yet. I can already tell from the beginning that this is going to go better than The Couple Next Door. Like, I just have a good feeling about it, and it is reminding me a little bit of The Writing Retreat. I loved The Writing Retreat. That's probably one of my all-time favorite thrillers. So I like the entrapped little, I guess I like the trap door. I really like the vibes in my office library hobby room right now. So I'm actually going to switch to the audio and finally finish this thing, which you've probably seen in every video because I've been so close to finishing it. I just did one of my summer sales that I'm trying to hit, and I got so many books and I'm really excited. So many thrillers. And then I got this Nancy Drew puzzle for $2 and I'm so excited. I think I might start it like in this vlog if I finish my diamond art, which I almost finished it last night, so we're getting there. So I just left work. It's Friday and I have fun plans to hike and stuff tomorrow, but I don't know if it's gonna rain. I think I'll have like a fun crafty night tonight. What a steal. 11 books for $11 and a puzzle for $2. I have some updates, and yes, I literally put the t-shirt that I was wearing last night back on, so don't judge me for that. But it's really funny, I like blend into the room now, which is so funny. It's like the same shade. But I have a reading update for An Unwanted Guest by Shari, Lapena. I'm on chapter 18, page 133, and I was starting to get a little aggravated with it, but there was just a twist, and I feel like that kind of reinvigorated my interest in the story, at least. It is a bunch of couples, like duos, I would say. So we have like an engaged couple, a long married couple kind of going through like a slump. We have like a writer who's there trying to write a new novel. We have two friends that are trying to like reconnect and like just, you know, reignite their fun friendship. Come to this inn, and then the night they're at the inn, there's an ice storm and they're all stuck at the inn, and they wake up and someone has died. So we're trying to figure out, was it an accident? Did someone get murdered? So I'm halfway and I feel like it's good. I just needed to like be a little more punchier. I feel like there's so many characters in this one, and if you don't like a big cast, then this might not be for you. I'm actually probably going to listen to the rest of that tonight, just because I have so many crafts that I want to do, so I feel like I have to like switch to audiobooks. So I am so close to finishing this. I'm almost done. I have like 2 sections left. And then you saw I got this Nancy Drew puzzle. Look how cool it is. I looked and it's like, I think the description says there's like 54 books on here. I probably will end up trying to like hang it somehow just because I feel like it belongs in here, because my like big love of like mystery and thriller and just reading overall is from Nancy Drew. So it just like felt like literally like it was meant to be when I found this, when I was checking out. I was just like so excited, and it's just so cool. Anyway, big crafty night because it is my first night without my friend, who was the only friend I had that lived local, because I have a lot of friends like out of state, and just as you get older, a lot of people move, and I keep making friends here and they all keep moving, and it's really aggravating. I'm pretty bummed, so I'm just trying to like keep myself as busy as possible, especially tonight, because like I feel like we would always hang out on Friday nights. But yeah, female friendships are just like really difficult as you get older, and when you find a good one, you just gotta hold them close and spend as much time as possible, because so many life circumstances, dating, jobs, like financial things, like just feel like I don't know, friendship is just so hard when you're older because everyone's just all over the place and moving. So I'm gonna craft so that I don't think about the fact that my one local friend is now gone. So it sounds so depressing, but it's good. This is why we have hobbies. Enjoying this book right now. I think I hate when there's like that trope of like the man like just hating his wife just because she's getting older. Usually you read it in like Stephen King books, he'll do that, like, oh, she got older and she doesn't look as good, blah blah blah, and she yells at me to take care of the kids. It's like surprising reading it from a woman's perspective. Oh, and the book is short, so the fact that it's short and it's annoying me, like just the story is starting to irk me. Like people are dying, but I still feel like I'm like, stakes aren't high enough. Can you let me know how you start your puzzles? Do you do the border first? Because that's currently, I have a puzzle board, which you saw me set up, and it has all these trays in it, which is really nice. So right now I'm just doing all of the side pieces, and since there's so many like books, the side pieces have a little piece of like each book, so I feel like that'll be a good blueprint for doing this. Anyway, I'm gonna keep listening to my little book and sorting my puzzle pieces on this lovely relaxing Friday night, because this brings me joy. Today was so fun. We did a very long hike and I'm so tired. Last night I finished my diamond art and I actually cut out the sides of it and was able to fit it into this frame, and it looks really cool. Last night I had it like up on the top of my shelf, so I think it looks really good there. Also, my fiance was like, what is it? It's like a wood scene. It's like a mountain scene, so this is supposed to be like the sky, this is like the mountains, maybe there's a little water, you know, that type of deal. So if you're wondering what it was. And then I worked on my Nancy Drew puzzle. I kind of did like the whole outside, and then there's a couple like big books throughout it, so I kind of like started with trying to find like the pieces for the big books. So I didn't get super far in that, but I maybe got like 1 or 2 books done. But it's really fun because like you can read the pieces. It's not like where you have like 1,000 shades of white or black pieces. I finished an Unwanted Guest last night and I'm giving this a 2 out of 5. This has one of my least favorite like endings, and it happens often in thrillers, and I really hated the ending. I think my favorite thrillers are when there's a twist and something happens and you realize like, oh yeah, like that was a thing or whatever. Like it just felt like the ending was just so stupid, and I hate the soliloquy at the end. So I don't know if Shari Lapena is for me, because that is how I felt about The Couple Next Door. However, at the book sale that I went to just yesterday, everything was $1 and they had a brand new copy of Stranger in the House by Shari Lapena. So I did pick it up just because it was literally brand new, and I can't lie, the first 100 pages I loved, and then I just felt like it lost me, and then it found me, and then I just hated the ending. So I'm like 2 out of 5. I wouldn't read this again. Last night, all I did was read the first chapter of Count My Lies by Sophie Stava. So I will be finishing this weekend, and I'm excited to see where this one goes. All we know is like our protagonist is a liar. Like she'll just say a random lie. Like chapter 1, someone's hurt and she's like, I'm a nurse, but she's not a nurse. And she says it like literally within the first paragraph. She's like, I don't know why I said that, but she's just like a liar. Every single thing out of her mouth is a lie. So I think that's really fun. I think it's fun to kind of explore the unreliable narrator. And I'm hoping that we can end on a higher note than An Unwanted Guest by Shari Lapena. I have been sucked into this book all morning and it has been so fun, but I unfortunately do have to go out to work. But I'm on page 177, chapter 19, and we just hit kind of like a fun twist. So I feel like I do feel a little differently about the book now that there is a twist, because I kind of was like, this is very slow, like let's get going. But it's really fun. I just feel like the first like 150 pages, like not a ton really took place. I feel like it was so much building, but I was really into it and like really engaged with the story. So we're following Sloane, and as Count My Lies as the title, she is a huge liar and always has been her entire life, and these lies kind of just like tumble out of her, and she's always like, I don't know why I lie this much, but I do. So she ends up meeting this like rich woman in the park, and they form this friendship and some things start to happen. So it's really fun, and you're kind of following her trying to hang on to all of these lies that she has started. You would think, like, being from the point of view of Sloane, who is a massive liar and you always know she's lying, that like this wouldn't be as fun, but like it's like you kind of root for Sloane even though she's terrible. So I just like think that's kind of fun. I really like the characters in this book. I like all three. I like Sloane, I like the wife, I like the husband, I like the daughter. I like all those characters, how they're described. I'm like super into this book. I want to know what happens. I don't really know like what will happen or where this is going to head, and I only have like maybe 150 pages left. Honestly, at this point, I think even if like nothing really happens, I just really enjoy the writing. I think also all the fun Taylor Swift references are just fun that are thrown in here. I'll update you when I finish Count My Lies. Final reading update, I finished Count My Lies and I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. The ending was just so fun and just like curveball after curveball after curveball, and it was really different and unique. It just felt like so different than anything I've read, so I like really appreciated how she structured this whole book. It was structured in a very unique way in my opinion. About it, I think even if you do read a lot of thrillers, this is definitely worth it. And I feel like even the fact that you like the protagonist so much, even though she's a complete liar, and I just found every character, I felt like I felt for them and I was so invested, and I felt like I was rooting for every character, but you kind of can't root for every character, so like you kind of have to pick a side. So it was just kind of, it was a really fun read. Overall, it was a successful reading week, getting 3 thrillers in and 2 good ones, Listen for the Lie and Count My Lies. Maybe lie is the key word for me liking a book or something, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in a video very soon. Bye!